you love to play. Oh, you love to play. Don't your comments won't relay. Sign this on my page for you. Oh my God, he changed. Young life, I can't see back karma. I just need some brains so I could keep myself in order.
He got problems, she got problems, only I got 411 problems. Say hi, what's up, y'all? It's time for another story time, and welcome to the Teacher Affair. Now, if I say what that actually were, I think that would give it away, so we're going to leave it just general teachers. So how I found out about this, that I was in a particular place, because that's going to give it away too. I was in a particular place, right? Nope. I was in school. So lo and behold, like before, I noticed in my story times, I like saying lo and behold. Bear with me. I noticed that there was a certain chemistry between two teachers, but a lot of the times, like when I notice something, or when I pay attention to something, I kind of cock my head and be like, like making a little mental note of it, and then going about my business, because it's not my business. So there's nothing for me to talk about, for me to bring that, to anybody's attention, because I don't know if it's real or not. Because most of the time I'd be like, girl, you overreacting. Like, nah, that's not what that is. So, like, I kind of push it to the back, like, put a little note in it, put a little pin in it, and keep it moving, right? So I noticed, like, the little chemistry, like, the little, reaction between two people who kind of, like, trying to keep it on the low, but you can't really keep it on the low because you kind of digging each other. But I ain't say nothing. So, in a certain space, because if I say where I am, it's going to give it away, and that's not what I want to do. So, in a certain space, like, I've noticed other students are saying the same thing. But I'm just listening, because it's so much, you gain so much more by listening than actually. So I'm more of a listener. Like, I kind of like just sit and listen, right? So I'm listening, I'm gaining information from other people who are doing the same speculation that I'm doing, but y'all have a little more information than what I have, right? So this same group, we end up going somewhere all together. And at this particular place that we attend all together, people are starting to talk, right? People are starting to talk. And so we're starting to, where they're starting to put their speculations together, I'm just more of, again, sitting back, listening, because I don't like being called, or, I don't want no parts. I know stuff, but I don't want no parts of it. So I kind of just chill out, but I'm listening. Well, lo and behold, one of the teachers that we was talking about ends up knocking on the door. And so once she knocked on the door, she was like, what y'all in here? What y'all doing? What y'all talking about? And so we started laughing. And so she was like, what? What y'all talking about? And so one of the other people, one of the other people in the group, one of the other people in the group was like, we noticed, like, there's a chemistry between you and the other teacher. So we want to know, like, what's up? What's going on with that? So what we gonna call it? What I want to call her? Claire. So we're gonna call this teacher Claire, and we're gonna call the other teacher Ace. So the girl was like, Miss Claire, we noticed you and Mr. Ace got a chemistry, and we want to know, like, our minds playing tricks on us, our eyes playing tricks on us, because what's up? And so Miss Claire shot, what we gonna call her? Summer. She shot Summer like a look. She looked at Summer like, so you told my business? So now our antennas are up and our attention span is like, what? So Summer was like, no, you just did. You just told your business. And so she was like, what? And so Summer was like, you just told your business, because I didn't tell them nothing. But the simple fact of how you responded, you just told your business. So, Summer said that. So, yeah, Summer. So the other girl, dang, do I want to get her name? Zyla. Zyla was like, guess I ain't got no choice. Zyla was like, oh yeah, yes, let's talk about it. So we were right. We were all right. And so it's like, it's not a lot of us, but it's enough in there to where we're like, listening, we're tuned in, we're ready for the story. So give the story. Mind you, Miss Claire and Mr. Ace are new teachers. We got a bunch of new teachers that year. Like, a lot of our old teachers left. So we got a bunch of new teachers this year. So mind you, so they're both new. So they're both new to the city. Well, country. They're both new to the country. And they're trying to get the feel of things. So remember I told y'all, like, when in one of the story times, I think it was underlying jealousy. Yeah, and underlying jealousy. Remember I told y'all, like, when people come in together, like when new people come in together, like you form like a bond because you're experiencing something, the same thing at the same time, like, and so it's like it's easier for you to have like a group, or so to speak, like somebody to bounce your ideas off or whatever, because it's like, okay, this is my experience. Are you experiencing the same thing instead of experiencing by yourself? So I'm assuming that's kind of like how they started off. It was like, you're a new teacher, I'm a new teacher, so yeah, like we can kind of bounce stuff off each other. But then I think it kind of went a little too far. Unsure if there was an unfraternization type situation going on in the contract. I don't know. It had to be, because it was a secret. So because someone was supposed to keep the secret. But again, we noticed, like, you could tell, like, the little chemistry they was giving off, like, you could tell, like, the little playing, the little talking, like, like, you can tell. So Zyla was like, oh, some of them didn't say nothing. We could tell, like, all of us in this room have noticed that there's a chemistry between the two of you. So we trying to figure out, like, what's going on, what's tea, what's good. So she was like, okay, well, let me tell you. And so I was shocked, because I was like, now mind you, like, we're like, we're ending our high school. Not as well say, because I don't know if that's gonna give it away. We're not young, but we're young. We're kids still, but we're not like toddlers. But we're kids. I'm so not trying to give this stuff away. Anyway, so I was shocked, because it was like, girl, you gonna tell? Like, you gonna actually tell it? Like, even with you saying to Summer, oh, you told my business, like, once someone was like, no, you just did, I would have been like, nah, I'm playing. That was a joke. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna walk away. Like, you're gonna actually tell it? Like, you don't know if these girls are gonna keep your secret or not. You're gonna actually tell it? So she was like eager. She was like, okay, yeah, like she got comfortable. She was like, yeah, like how I'd be like, let's get into it. She was like, let's get into the tea. And so she started explaining, like, hey, how, they were introduced, of course. It was like orientation, so to speak. when they have like the meeting together, and then it was like, oh, okay, you're a new teacher, I'm a new teacher, so let's go out and let's, like, just do dinner. So she was like, in the beginning, like, it was nothing like that. They was just going out because it's like we're new people, so we're coming in at the same time. So it was like, we could vibe off of each other, we can talk, we can relate because we're going through the same experience at the same time. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, that made sense in my head. I'm still not saying nothing out loud because I don't want to be held accountable for nothing. Like, I'm literally just like sitting there listening, but like pretending like I'm not really paying attention, that I'm not really into it, because I don't want to hear my name. I don't want to hear my name. When something come up, I don't want to hear my name, because it's like, lady, how is it that you're trusting these kids to not say anything? You're pouring tea. You really don't think this tea is going to be spilt? So I'm just sitting there. And so she was like, it wasn't, that type of party in the beginning. We was just really just having fun. She said, but then, once we started talking and conversating, we started to like each other. I can't even front on that. Like, I can't, like, you can't help, like, who you fall for. Because some of the times, like, we think like there's an ideal person. Like, I mean, we all have, how can I say it? We all have certain qualities and certain things that we want. Like, okay, like for me, it was like, my man don't necessarily have to be like over 6 feet. It's just most of the men that are attracted to me are over 6 feet. Everybody taller than me because I'm 4'11". But most of the men that are like really attracted to me, that really go hard, are literally over 6 feet. I promise you. But I've had like average short men. Like, wait, because I haven't told that story. But was he considered my first boyfriend? Not really. So, like, my first boyfriend was short, with like my height. He might have been a little taller than me. I want to say he was my first boyfriend because I was dating him when I wasn't supposed to be dating him, because my mom was like, I couldn't have a boyfriend until I was 16, so I was dating him before I was 16. So I don't really say he was my boyfriend, but he was my boyfriend, if that makes sense. But yeah, so like him, because that was like a couple of months. Like the boyfriend when you talk on the phone and he walk you to the bus. And everybody know, like, that's your little boyfriend. Like, yeah. So anyway, so he was like he was short. He was like a little bit taller than me. He might have been 5'1". I'll give him 5'1". But my boyfriend, who my mom recognized, because it was like, and I that story time is coming up. I don't know when exactly, but he was 6'1". He was 6'1". And then my next boyfriend, after him, was a street pharmacist. He was 6'2". So you see what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So anyway, but like my quality is never like, he don't have a height requirement. You just have to make me laugh. You do have to be attractive. But you don't have to be like a supermodel. You just have to be attractive. Like, I have to be attracted to you. But one of my main thing was, and it was never about like he needs to be light skinned or chocolate. Like, I didn't care about that. I don't care about that. Like, if we vibe, we vibe. But my biggest thing was, it was like, you can't have no more than 2 kids. I can't do over 3. And the dude that I really feel hard for has 3 kids. Has 3 kids. And I was like, because when we first started talking here, like, all I knew about was 2. And then he told me about the other baby. And then that's how I was like, and by that time, like, I was already in it. Like, I was in deep. I was already in deep because I really liked him. And it was like, okay, so you're going to have to adjust. Because it wasn't like he did something really bad. It was more of like, this is a situation and I want to be completely honest with you type situation. And so, yeah. So it was like, okay, this is something like that was literally like on my list. 2 kids max. Because if you got 2 different baby mamas, that means that's 2 different baby mamas I got to deal with. I don't want to deal with 3. Or even if you got 1, like 2 kids, I got 1. That's 3 in total. That's all we can do, baby. That's all we can do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so that doesn't always work out. It's not always like planned. I don't know what made us think. I think watching Disney Channel and Nickelodeon and all that stuff, like we got this stuff in our head where it's like, if I say this is how it's gonna work out, this is how it's gonna work out, and that's just not the case. That's not how life works. That's not how life works. So anyway, like, I couldn't really judge her on. It was like, okay, I wasn't really looking for this, but it kind of fell in my lap, and we kind of vibing, we kind of digging each other. So nobody don't really have to know, because we wasn't even on that type of time anyway. Like, we just gonna take it slow. We just gonna vibe. So I got it. I understood that for her. And so with that, it was like, oh, okay, like, that makes sense. And then on top of that, they grown. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got nobody to to tell you nothing. Well, I mean, if it was in a contract and y'all weren't even supposed to be cool or nothing like that, then yeah, I can see you being like, okay, we need to fall back. But I don't know. I really think it was in that contract because it was a secret. But anyway, so she was like, it wasn't even on that type of time. It wasn't that type of party. But they kind of fell for each other, so they started digging each other, right? And so since they started digging each other, they had been talking, dating for a while, and then they took it to the next level. They're grown. They're adults. So there's no time limit. I mean, if you want to wait to 30, 90, 60, whatever the time limit it is you want to wait. Baby, if you want to sleep with them on the first night, sleep with them on the first night. You're grown. As long as you protect yourself and you are consenting adults, do what makes you happy. Please don't let people tell you how stuff should go, because clearly that... especially them girls who be like, baby, I got a husband. Oh, you should do it the right way. You should gotta wait till you get married and then have kids. And it's a lot of married single mamas out there. It's a lot of divorced single mamas out there. So do what's best for you, please. There is no formula where you can create a perfect situation. Do what's best for you. So anyway, so it was like, basically, you know, they took it to the next level. And so she was giving more detail than what she should have in this situation. But she was talking about this one specific night, which I think this was her huge mistake, because it's like, you should have left it at just simple details. But here we are. So this one particular night, she was saying how he had did... I want to make it YouTube friendly. How he had did something different that she had never had before. So she had her cookie snatch tasted before, but the way he set it up and how he said he wanted to devour her was something different for her. So she said they went out to dinner, you know, that was the usual. They talked, they had a good time. And so he was like, you know, I just want to devour you, because at this point in time, like, they vibing, they having a good time, like, they meshing. It's like, yeah, like, we good. I just want to, you know, like, I'm into, you know how you see a person, like, you really digging a person, and then even on an intimate level, you digging them too, and it's like, I just want to devour you, like, I just want to pull you in. I just feel like you, like, I just want, like, you want to breathe that person, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a vibe. But anyway, so he was like, you know, I just want to devour you. I want to show you something different. And in every relationship or every dating situationship, whatever y'all want to call it, like, you can't take in the other person. You got to let the other person fall back while you give this person a chance. Because truth be told, like, the new person might be better than the old person, and you just new to the old person, or you comfortable with the old person. And so she was like, oh, okay, like, yeah. So she was like, she was going with the flow. So he took her back to his place and had set up like candles, and they had the candles, and he gave her a massage. And, you know, he was being very sensual and very intimate. And so she said she was enjoying it. And so he was like, oh, I want to devour you. And so she was like, okay, like, what you talking about? Like, because, of course, they had been intimate before. And so he was like, no, let me show you. She said he went to the kitchen. And then when he came back, like, he had this platter. He had this plate. And it was full of fruit. But mind you, it was full of fruit that he liked. And so he told her, he was like, sit on the plate. I was like, Now my antennas went up in my head again. I gotta keep my united fronts because I don't want to be called if there's consequences after this conversation. Because I am very shocked that Miss Claire is being this open. So yeah. So she said he told her to sit on the plate. So she sat on the plate, and so she was like, it was uncomfortable because, it was in the refrigerator, so it's cold and it's wet. And so she said it kind of knocked her out, like kind of out of the mood because you had just massaged me, like we're kissing, we're into it. And he was like, wait, hold on. And then went to go get the fruit. And so she's sitting like on the fruit. And so, of course, he's tasting her. And she was like, she wasn't really feeling it. And so she was trying to really get into it, but then she was like, she couldn't help herself, and she started laughing. Now, I'm not a relationship genius, because I always tell y'all, like, I'm not good at dating. And I say that often because I don't be want to be bothered. And, like, that be hurting people's feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's only one person. I'm lying. Two people that I have been dating intimate with, like, or in a circle where it's like, oh, I don't mind him coming over. I love spending time with him. I love talking to him. I want him to leave when he's going. Everybody else is like, bro, you be up for a couple hours and you go about your business. Again, I'm not good at dating. That's why I was like, it's a lot of give and take, and a lot of people don't get that. Like, relationships are hard. Any relationship at that. So she started laughing, and so that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not an expert, but no man don't like to be laughed at, and then especially in a intimate setting. And then he's trying to show you something different, so you must start laughing. So he sits up, and once he sits up, like, he's just staring at you. And so she was like, I'm sorry, it tickles. And so he was like, yeah. So he got up. And once he got up, he was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And it took him a while to come back. So of course, like, you remove yourself off the plate, and like, you're just sitting there waiting. And it had been a good 10-20 minutes, and then you was like, okay, I think I hurt his feelings. So let me get dressed. And so that's how you started talking to Summer, because you're asking Summer, like, because at this point in time, like, after that night, like, he's not talking to you. So you ask Summer, like, what do you think? Why are you asking kids? And now, mind you, I'm telling you, like, we're kids, but we're not, like, young, but we're kids. If you get it, you get it. I just don't want to say it because that would give it away for the people who in my hometown who watch me. We're kids, but we're not kids. If that makes sense. Anyway, but it's like, why would you ask Summer? And I mean, I don't know. I think, like, there are some kids who are beyond their years and you can have a great conversation with, because truth be told, like, I was that kid where I knew a lot of grown people business and I just didn't repeat it, or grown people would come and talk to me. But I just think that's because I had to grow up fast. But my son is like that too, though. Like, my son could sit with grown people and have just like a regular conversation and chill out. Like, there was one man who, he was married. He loved hanging out with Ty. Ty was 4 and 5, and he'd be like, go eat Ty. Like, he was like, I can have a conversation with your son. We be in here talking about TV and stuff. And I'd be like, okay. He was married, though. He was married. His wife loved Ty too. Like, Ty used to go to their house all the time. Anyway. So, yeah, so it was like, why would you talk to Summer? But that's how Summer got the business. The start of the business, where you started asking Summer questions. And then it was like, I was about to say lo and behold again. And then it was like, we were all in the same vicinity. So it was like, you would ask Summer, like, pay attention to certain things to see if, like, your mom was playing tricks on you? Like, is it me, or, am I tripping? You know how sometimes, like, women, we can overreact. So it was like you was asking, how you ask your homegirl, like, girl, do you see what I see, or am I tripping? Summer's a kid, though. So, you know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, so, yeah, so she was like, like, they was laughing or whatever, and I was sitting there going, this is not going to end well. This is not going to end well, because Miss Claire right now is in a safe space, and you don't even realize, like, this is a whole firestorm. Like, you have set this on fire. You think that man is not talking to you right now, because she'll be told, like, his feelings might have been a little hurt, and, like, and if you would have said to him, like, hey, I apologize, it tickles, it was something different, maybe let's try it again later, and left it at that, and then let him come around, because sometimes men need, after you've laughed at them, or they need a little while. Like, when they quiet, sometimes, not every, most men that I've been around, when they quiet, and most of my homeboys, when they quiet, they thinking, oh, they got some shit going on. It's like, just give me some time. Like, but they gonna make time. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway. So I was like, this is not going to end well, because you're telling kids this. And now you trust Summer, and Summer was cool to, to trust you, because Summer hadn't said anything to any of us. But now you've invited Zyla and others into this party, and you don't even know if Zyla's going to keep quiet. So, yeah, they're laughing, especially because you're laughing. And for them, because we're kids, we're not adults yet, but we're jumping into the adult situation. That's where we are. We're still kids, but it's like we're tipping into the adult situation. But it's like, at this point in time, ma'am, like, this is not smart. This is not smart. So they laughing, talking, like, just eating it up, and you're just giving, like, all these details, right? So when we leave this place and we go back to the area where we all are in the same vicinity, Zyla says, Mr. Ace, so you putting fruit on the plate and putting teachers on it? And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I can see Miss Claire's face, all the color left. So Mr. A said, excuse me? And so Zyla said, so you serving up plates and you putting teachers on it. That's the rumor. That's what I hear. You serving up plates and putting teachers on it. You big time like that? So Mr. A said, where did you hear this from? So Zyla says, me, Angel, Summer, Miss Claire, do I want to give her another name? Other person. And other person. Because I'm not giving them names, because they really don't matter. But they was in the room. All of us was in the room when Miss Claire told us about it. No, I wasn't there. I wasn't there. No. Not me. Not me. That's what my inside is saying. No. Or the lady on Get Out. No. Baby, what? What? Again, we're kids, but we're tiptoeing into the adult stage. So it's like, at this point in time, I don't know why Miss Claire thought, or you felt like it was cool, it was safe to do this. It's like, girl. So now, Mr. Ace is looking around, and then you caught Miss Claire look like that. And so he was like, Zyla, I don't know what you're talking about. And he was like, and it's not wise for you to spread rumors like that, especially in front of people. He was like, but since you want to spread the rumors, or since y'all want to get in groups and have discussions, I need all of y'all to stay after class. So I caught Zyla looks. I'm like, she was like, I didn't think he was gonna go that far. No, heifer, why did you go that far? Like, why did you even say something at all? Like, you should have just left it where it was, in the room where we were. Leave it alone. Why did you say something? So we're sitting after class now. And of course, Mr. Ace is livid. Miss Claire is sitting there dumbfounded, rethinking your dang on decisions. Cause it's like, girl, why would you even say something to kids anyway? Like, you got by with Summer, cause Summer never said anything to us. We all were speculating, we all were asking, we all were chatting in this other place after class, but no, Summer never confirmed, Summer never denied, Summer never threw you under the bus. Summer, in our reality, was a kid but was an adult. She was your homegirl. She had your back. She did not say nothing. Even when you was like, you telling my business, girl, no, you should have left it at, girl, what you talking about? And ask Summer later. Denied. So we sitting there, so Mr. Ace is like, so I can't even tell you how dangerous it is to put rumors out like that. You could get Miss Claire in trouble. You could get me in trouble. That could take away our job, Zyla. He's like, I'm so disappointed in all you girls. Whoa. Why you disappointed in me? Because I ain't even say nothing. Summer didn't say nothing. None of us said anything except Zyla. So why are you not disappointed in Zyla? We didn't say anything. So, of course, this is when I speak up and I go, hold on. I didn't even say anything. I don't even know why I'm here. Well, according to Zyla, you was in the room. I said, okay, so just because I'm in the room don't mean I even know what y'all talking about or what's going on. So this is when Summer was like, agreed. I don't even know why I'm here either. Exactly, Summer. Play the role. So Zyla was like, oh, okay. She was like, well, yeah, it was a rumor. So, okay, my bad. I won't say nothing else. So he was like, yeah, because that's very dangerous. Because if another teacher heard you, or if administrative heard you, then that could have been very dangerous, and that could have cost us our jobs. He was like, do not speak of rumors like that ever again. And he was like, you're a kid. Don't you ever disrespect me like that. And he walked away. So Miss Claire kind of shot Zyla a look and then got up and she walked away too. And so when they walked completely out, we looked at Zyla like, girl, what the? And so she was like, my bad. I really didn't think like he was gonna go to that limit. And she was like, I just thought we was all cool. And I was like, girl, why would you think it was cool to say something like that lady told y'all in confidence anyway? She was like, it ain't that big of a deal. She walked out. So the next day, we're back in class. And of course, it's kind of awkward, but nobody is saying nothing. After we leave out of class, then we go into this other room where we have been chatting and talking about the stuff that we thought and we was looking at, but nobody really saying nothing. So in come Miss Claire. So Miss Claire was like, I'm really disappointed in you girls. I wish y'all didn't say anything. Y'all was supposed to keep that in between us. She was like, but then how about, he was like, why are you telling them girls our business? Miss Claire, clearly you didn't learn your lesson either. Because here you are, yapping, bumping your gums. So they started laughing. I was like, you know what? I'm out. And they was like, huh? And I was like, yeah, we just barely got away with this one. I'm not rolling with y'all down here. Someone was like, yeah, me either. And we left. And that is the story time of the teacher affair. I love you the mostest because you're definitely the dopest in real life. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I'm out. Don't want no part.